What if I were to tell you that there was a cinematic universe greater than the MCU, than the DCEU, than the Monsterverse, the Conjuring verse, the Dark well, they're all by default better than Dark Universe. The point being is, there's a cinematic universe that's so massive that you've probably seen at least a bit of it without even knowing it's a big cinematic universe. Welcome to the Law and Order Cinematic Universe. Now I know you're thinking, Law and Order? Is that show still going on? Yeah, kinda, no. I mean, the spin-offs are, but not the main show. But that's not important. What is important are the three different things that tie the cinematic universe together. Crossovers, cameos, and references. These three things are what ties the cinematic universe together. There is also one more thing that ties them all together, but I'll get into that in a bit. So let's begin by looking over the core of the universe, the Law and Order side. Law and Order began on September 13th, 1990 and ended on May 24th, 2010. It was a show about the American justice system and the investigation that goes on during a crime scene. It ran for 456 hour-long episodes. That's 456 hours of Law and Order. What the fuck? Look, I love Star Wars, for example, but like 456 hours of Star Wars, that's a little too much. Well, anyways, the show was so popular, it got 6 different spin-off shows, like Law and Order Special Victims Unit, which started on September 20th, 1989, and is still ongoing for whatever reason. I honestly didn't know people still watch this show. It currently has 494 episodes and is responsible for this iconic scene.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Law & Order Criminal Intent first aired on September 30th, 2001, and ended on June 26, 2011. It ran for 195 episodes and had a greater focus on the motivation and actions of the criminals that it investigates. Law & Order Trial by Jury was first aired on March 3rd, 2005, and last aired on January 21st, 2006. Only lasting 13 episodes, the show wasn't very popular, and during production, one of the actors, Jerry Orbach, died, so it was canceled pretty quickly. Then we have Law & Order LA, which was the next failed Law & Order spinoff. Lasting 22 episodes from September 29th, 2010 to July 11th, 2011. This was, literally just Law & Order, but in a place that's going to be destroyed by an earthquake within the next 100 years. Seriously, guys, look, California's a beautiful place and all that, but call me a paranoid idiot, but, like, I don't want to die in an earthquake. But yet again, I live on the East Coast, and there's, like, that one, like, island volcano thing that's going to collapse and cause a super tsunami, and, no, it's best not to think about these things. Next, we have Law & Order The Menendez Murders, aka Law & Order True Crime, which is basically NBC's answer to American Crime Story. It's an anthology series that tells the story of a real-life case in the Law & Order universe. Only one season was ever produced from September 26, 2017 to November 14th of the same year. It was about the Menendez murders. It lasted about 8 episodes. And finally, we have Law & Order Organized Crime, which is a spin-off of Special Victims Unit. And it's about Elliot Stabler, who is a character from Special Victims Unit. It literally just started airing this year on April 1st, 2021, and currently has 8 episodes, but there sure be a fuck ton more. And before we move on to its crossovers, as of right now, Law & Order is scheduled to have 2 more spin-off shows, Hate Crimes and For the Defense. The first being about, well, hate crimes, and the second being about morality. Oh, and finally there's like a movie that I didn't know existed until now, but now let's discuss the beginning of the crossovers. Alright, stay with me here, because this is going to get really complicated and really just stupid. New York Undercover was a show that lasted from September 8th, 1994 to February 11th, 1999. It aired on Fox instead of NBC. This show featured several different characters from Law & Order making small supporting roles, like Dr. Emil Scotta, played by the king himself, J.K. Simmons. This show lasted for 89 episodes. Next, we have the Chicago franchise, which has several characters cross over from the Law & Order universe, and have even had them become recurring characters in both franchises. The Chicago franchise includes Chicago Fire, which began airing on October 10th, 2012, and has gone on for 195 episodes so far. It's about the Chicago Fire Department, obviously. Chicago PD began airing on January 8th, 2014, and follows patrol officers in Chicago, and has currently aired 164 episodes so far. Chicago Med began airing on November 17th, 2015, and is about the emergency department doctors and nurses in Chicago. It's aired 119 episodes so far. And finally, Chicago Justice, which was the failed spinoff that lasted only 13 episodes before it was canceled. It lasted from March 1st to May 14th, 2017, and it was about the prosecutors and investigators in Chicago. Chicago PD would then cross over with the show FBI, which began airing on September 25th, 2018, and has currently had 56 episodes aired, and a spin-off show called FBI Most Wanted, which began airing on January 7th, 2020, and currently has 29 episodes. Next, we have Homicide: Life on the Streets, a show that lasted 122 episodes from January 31st, 1993 to May 21st, 1999. It is about the Baltimore Police Department's homicide unit and crossed over several times with Law & Order. But not only did the show cross over with Law & Order, it also crossed over with St. Elsewhere, as Dr. Roxanne Turner from Elsewhere returned in Homicide as a recurring character. This show lasted from October 26, 1982 to May 25, 1988. It ran for 137 episodes. It's about teaching doctors at a rundown hospital who give interns a promising future. Elsewhere even included the character of Warren Coolidge, who was from the series The White Shadow, which was a series that lasted from November 27, 1978 to March 16, 1981, and was about a basketball team from Los Angeles. Oh, and Elsewhere also had the bar from Cheers in it, which makes Cheers, a show from September 30th, 1981 to May 20th, 1993, lasting 275 episodes, canon. Oh, and I guess by that logic, Cheers had many spin-offs, like the Tortellis, which lasted from January 22nd to May 12th, 1987, about the Tortelli family from Cheers. And of course, the other spin-off, Frasier, which lasted from September 16th, 1993 to May 13th, 2004, lasting 264 episodes. This show followed the character of Frasier after the events of Cheers. Cheers would also cross over with the show Wings, which was a show that lasted from April 19th, 1990 to May 21st, 1997, and ran for 172 episodes. And like I said, had characters from Cheers occasionally guest star in it. St. Elsewhere would also cross over with Chicago Hope, a series that lasted from September 18th, 1984 to May 4th, 2000. That had 141 episodes, and it was about a charitable hospital in Chicago. Chicago Hope would then even cross over with the show Picket Fences, which was about a small town in Wisconsin, about weird things that happened there. It ran for 88 episodes from September 18th, 1992 to June 26, 1996. But then Chicago Hope would then also cross over with Early Edition, a show about a guy who gets a newspaper from the day before it's published, kind of like a time travel thing. It ran from 90 episodes from September 28th, 1996 to May 27th, 2000. And then, yes, St. Elsewhere would also cross over with another show, Sitting on a Hill, a show that started airing on June 16th, 2019 and currently has aired 18 episodes. It's about criminals in 1990s Boston. Elsewhere would even reference events and characters from MASH, which ran from 1972 to 1983 and had 256 episodes. This show is about the Korean War and had 3 spin-offs. After MASH, which ran from September 26, 1983 to May 31st, 1985, and had 31 episodes. Walter, which lasted a single pilot episode and wasn't picked up, but still aired, so it counts. And finally, the 151-episode spin-off series Trapper John M.D. from September 23rd, 1979 to September 4th, 1986, about one of MASH's main characters working at a hospital after the events of the show. A character from the show, The Bob Newhart Show, would even appear in St. Elsewhere. This show lasted from 142 episodes from September 16th, 1972 to April 1st, 1978. And later, the 184-episode series Newhart, which ran from October 25th, 1982 to May 21st, 1990. Alright. Jesus Christ, that was a big old tangent. I didn't mean to talk about fucking St. Elsewhere for that long, but kind of had to. Next, we have Deadline, which was a show that lasted from October 2nd, 2000 to April 7th, 2001. And it was about a tabloid newspaper scene in many episodes of Law & Order. It was extremely unpopular and only lasted 13 episodes. Next is Conviction, a show that lasted 13 episodes from March 3rd to May 19th, 2006. It was a direct spin-off of Law & Order Special Victims Unit about Alexandra Kevin. And finally, we have In Plain Sight. This 2008 series lasted from June 1st, 2008 to May 4th, 2012, and ran for 61 episodes. This show was about a United States Marshal attached to New Mexico's Witness Protection Program, and it crossed over with Law & Order Criminal Intent a couple times. So as you can see, the Law & Order Cinematic Universe is pretty massive, but it's not over yet, not by a long shot. Next, we have The X-Files. Yep, The X-Files. You see, this show, which is about 2 FBI agents going after supernatural and extraterrestrial stuff, ran from September 10th, 1993 to May 19th, 2002. before coming back on January 24th, 2016, before ending again on March 21st, 2018. It ran for 218 episodes and even had 2 movies. And it's the glue between the 2 cinematic universes. But before we get into that second cinematic universe, let's briefly go over X-Files' 2 spin-off shows. Or wait, 3? And X-Files animated comedies coming out. What the fuck? Why? Who's gonna watch? No one's gonna watch this. Anyways, we have The Lone Gunman, which ran for only 13 episodes from March 4th, 2001 to June 1st, 2001. This was a show about a conspiracy theory magazine that helped out Fox Mulder on the X-Files a couple times. Then we have Millennium, which is a show about an ex-FBI agent with the ability to see the minds of criminals. This show lasted 67 episodes from October 25th, 1996 to May 21st, 1998. And finally, the X-Files had a canon crossover with The Simpsons, titled The Springfield Files, which, by the way, terrified me as a kid. Now you might be thinking, oh, it's just the actors playing fictional characters themselves in the show. The actors from the X-Files are playing their characters on The Simpsons, which links the 2 shows. And well, The Simpsons has been on air since December 17th, 1989, and currently has 706 episodes. Please just end The Simpsons. Please just end it all. Oh yeah, and there was a movie. It was pretty good, actually. So they stayed all the best jokes for the movie, and then just kind of gave up. You see, like I said, the X-Files are the glue that holds the Law and Order cinematic universe together, with the Simpsons cinematic universe. Now I hear what you're saying. But the Simpsons just crossed over with Family Guy Futurama. It's not that big of a universe. Well, you'd be wrong. First up, yeah, we have Family Guy, which has been on the air since January 31st, 1989, and currently has 369 episodes.
Peter, what are you doing? Crack? What the fuck?
They would even have a horrible spin-off series that I've seen every episode of twice, don't ask, I was like 14, called The Cleveland Show, which lasted from September 27, 2009 to May 19, 2013, which ran for 88 episodes. Family Guy would even cross over with American Dad, which began airing on February 6, 2005, and currently has 311 episodes. And then Peter Griffin would then have a cameo in an episode of Border Town, which ran from January 3rd to May 22nd, 2016. That is just the absolute worst. Before we continue, yeah, The Simpsons crossed over with Futurama, which lasted 140 episodes and ran from March 28th, 1989 to September 4th, 2013. The show stars Fry, a normal dude who gets sent to the 31st century and travels the universe to likes of Bender, Zoidberg, Amy Wong, and my wife Leela. And before you go, oh, that episode, the crossover is non-canon. Nope, it's canon. It's become a recurring joke in The Simpsons that Bender lives in the Simpsons basement. So yeah, the Futurama crossover is canon. The Simpsons will later have characters from King of the Hill cameo, which was a show that ran from January 12th, 1997 to May 6th, 2010, and had 259 episodes. King of the Hill has also been confirmed to take place in the same universe as Bless the Hearts, a series that ran from September 29th, 2019 to June 20th, 2021. You could even see the store Megalomart in it, which was originally created for King of the Hill. It ran for 34 episodes. And guess what? Boom! Dale's van from King of the Hill is in Bob's Burgers, a show that began airing on January 9th, 2011, and currently has 216 episodes, and a movie that may or may not be happening. And before you ask, no, Archer isn't canon. The whole, crossover episode just doesn't really work with the canon, and so it doesn't fit. And finally, The Simpsons crossed over with the show The Critic, which had 23 episodes made from January 26th, 1994 to May 21st, 1995. Now you might be thinking, who the fuck is John Munch? Well, he's like the Nick Fury of the Law and Order cinematic universe. John Munch is a character played by Richard Belzer, who first appeared in Homicide: Life on the Street before crossing over as a regular character into the Law and Order series Special Victims Unit. But you see, that's not his only crossover. John Munch has a crossover in the X-Files, which is how the Simpsons universe and Law and Order universes are connected. He's also appeared in multiple other shows like The Beats, an extremely obscure cop show from March 21st to April 25th, 2000 that ran for 13 episodes. Arrested Development, a show that ran from November 2nd, 2003 to February 10th, 2006, but then was brought back from May 26th, 2013 to March 15th, 2019, and ran for 84 episodes. He would then even appear in The Wire, which ran for 60 episodes from June 2nd, 2002 to March 9th, 2008. And John Munch was even name-dropped in Luther, a show that currently has 20 episodes, started airing on May 4th, 2010.
Why don't you send the DLs to Detective Munch in New York? He's Special Victims Unit. Sir.
Yeah, I had this whole big section where I was going to go over every video game and book and whatever, but there's so many fucking X-Files books and Simpsons comics and video games and whatever. Look, just here's a bunch of them. These aren't even all of them. Here are all the ones I give a shit about enough to just show you the covers of. There's a lot. How canon are these? I don't know. Maybe it's like the MCU where the comics exist, but they're not really canon at all. Yeah, side note, you remember the MCU comics? No, you don't. No one's ever bought them before. Oh, but we're not done yet. I'm not going to go into detail about most of these shows because they're not in canon, but I thought I'd mention them. Just like how Marvel's doing their own What If show soon, this universe has done its own alternate universes. Like what if Law & Order was in the UK? Or France? Or in Russia? Twice. What if Luther took place in South Korea? France? Or in Russia, where you can turn into a fucking wolf? Seriously, Klim is like the weirdest foreign adaptation out there. They took the lone wolf thing and turned it into his persona. Anyways, there's also the MASH movie, which is its own continuity. And if you want to get weird, technically the Archer crossover I briefly mentioned earlier is in its own continuity, as it's a different version of Bob's Burgers. And South Park is connected to this universe as well, as Family Guy and The Simpsons are just shows in that universe, meaning that this universe exists in the South Park continuity, it's just a TV franchise. Same goes with 30 Rock and the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmid? The Unbreakable Kimmy, in which John Munch appears as just a character played by Richard Belzer. Also, the X-Files crossed over with Cops once, and Cops takes place in our reality, so technically we're canon to Family Guy. So there you have it. The Law & Order cinematic universe is the biggest cinematic universe in the history of film and TV. You're probably wondering, why was I reading how many episodes each show had? It's because I'd like to now go over how long it would take to watch the entirety of this universe. For all the hour-long episode shows, if you watch them all together, it would take you 3,129 hours, aka 130.375 days. As for the shows that have half-an-hour episodes, if you combine them all together, you get 809.96 hours, which equals out to 33.74 days. Combine them together, and if you were to watch every single one of these shows back to back to back to back, no sleep, no shitting, I guess, no eating, no nothing, no leaving the house, it would take 164.115 days to watch all of this. Now you're probably thinking, oh, what's the chronological viewing order? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You do it yourself. That's fucking insane. I can't do that. Now, one last thing. You're probably thinking to yourself, but Pigpen, does this actually matter? Is there going to be a giant endgame crossover event where John Munch, the cast of Arrested Development, Peter Griffin, like guys from Border Town, Hank Hill, just some random dudes from Law & Order, I don't know, Frasier, the guys from MASH, they're all going to come out like an endgame portal sequence and like battle their villain, Ellen Gregory? Well, no, that's not going to happen. As much as I wish that would happen. The truth is, none of this matters, and these are all just linked together crossovers and references and whatever that don't actually matter in the end of the day. So, why did I make this video? That's a great question.
Can I put my balls in your jaw? Your jaw. Balls in your jaw.